Right, so I'm pretty much going to show you how to set up your Greenworks G30 Home and Garden Electric Pressure Washer, and then subsequently how to connect it to your garden or kitchen tap hose, prior to washing your car. It's got a powerful 1500 watt motor, which delivers an impressive 120 bar pressure. And if you convert bar to pound per square inch, which is a PSI, 120 is about 1740 PSI. So based on the PSI capacity of 1740, this is really versatile tool. The best PSIs for car wash is anywhere between 1200 to 1900. And so primarily, we're going to be using this to wash our car, but it doesn't mean you can't use it to wash bikes or patios, deckings, brickwork, or windows. The G30, based on the PSI, will give you the ultimate control. And so PSI is basically your pounds per square inch. It's a measure of how much force the water hits with. Suffice to say, its ability to remove stuck on debris. Just a point of interest, the product spec says it's got a rated water flow of 342 and a maximum water flow of 480. Hypothetically speaking, your maximum flow rate should be the maximum rate at which gas is able to flow out of the facility. And so if it says it's got 400 gallons per hour, that equates to 6.6 gallons per minute. And if the upper range is 480 gallons per hour, that equates to about 8 gallons per minute. And gallon per minute is the unit of volume flow rate equal to the gallon flow per minute. The GPM for effective commercial pressure washers ranges between 2.2 to 10, and the max flow rate for this pressure washer is anywhere between 6.6 to 8, so it falls within range for effectiveness. And feel free to throw a spanner in the works in the comment section if you're at loggerheads with the calculation. Suffice to say, your GPM is a measure of the water flow a pressure washer delivers. And so a higher GPM number refers to higher efficiency and is responsible for, washing away the gunk, you break up, okay? Whereas the higher the PSI, the more power the water has. And even though bigger is better in many cases, too much pressure can be a bad thing, as it can start popping paint from vehicles, tearing wood away from deck boards and whatnot, okay? And so, how do you mitigate or minimize this impact? You can mitigate this impact by using the widest nozzle angle. You can still remove what you need to, by just spreading, the angle. And if you're trying to make a comparison between two pressure washers and you're unsure which washer to get, just multiply the PSI rating by the GPM rating, which would in turn give you the cleaning units, and whichever cleaning unit is more, has more efficiency and more power, okay? Suffice to say, if you've got two pressure washers that have got PSIs in very close proximity, and if the pressure washer that has got a lower PSI has got a higher GPM, I would suggest that you go for the pressure washer that's got a greater GPM, because obviously that would give you more cleaning units, better efficiency, and gets the job done a lot quicker. So basically, the unit has got an upper handle, power switch, water inlet, outlet, spray wand, gun, nozzle lock button, trigger safety button, adjustable nozzle, spray tip cleaning tool, a garden hose, high pressure hose, spring button, and a detergent tank, which I will be setting up and connecting to your garden or kitchen tap hose. It's also got a surface cleaner tool that's got a 1/4 inch quick connection, casing, rotor arm, spray tip, spray wand, quick connector collar, spray gun holder, cleaning tool, and handle. It's pretty much an exhaustive list, but it's not as daunting as it sounds. You know, um, Connecting it should be pretty easy to set up, yeah. And so this is the manual to help you with setting up as quickly as possible if you're struggling. You should be done in no time if you follow the instructions. So first, connect one side of the high pressure hose to the water outlet, and then connect the high pressure hose to the underside of the gun where you've just about got the spring button. So here, this green lever is the spring button, and that helps to lock the high pressure hose into position and also to unlock or undo the high pressure hose. So when you pull and hold the gun trigger, you start the machine, and when you release the trigger, you stop water flow through the nozzle. And so to unlock the gun trigger, you push backward the trigger safety button, and to lock the gun trigger, you push forward the trigger safety button. And to install the spray wand, push the end of the spray wand into the gun handle, then turn the spray wand clockwise until the tabs lock into position. And if you want to use a custom foam cannon, you might need an adapter in place of the spray wand. At the other end of the spray wand, you can either install a nozzle or the detergent tank. To install the nozzle, push and hold the lock button on the spray wand, then align the pin on the nozzle with the hole on the spray wand. Subsequently install the nozzle onto the spray wand and rotate the nozzle to adjust the spray shape. But note that before you change the nozzle, pull the gun trigger to release the water pressure, lock the trigger safety button on the gun, then stop the machine. And at any given point, do not point the spray wand at your face or others. And so we've got the turbo nozzle and the variable pressure nozzle here. So I would install the adjustable or variable nozzle into the spray wand. It's got a positive or negative spray angle slider. You can adjust the spray area pattern, from the positive and negative slider from about 0 degrees up to about 40 degrees. So you've got 0, 15, 25 and 40 built-in settings for rinsing. So pretty much it will help you save time on common cleaning work like your household grime and mildew from decks, concrete and siding. Whereas the turbo nozzle is one of the most useful nozzles because it combines the force of a 0 degree nozzle with the spray area of a 25 degree nozzle and adds in a pulsing action by rotating the water jet at 1800 to 3000 RPM. When the rotating nozzle hits the surface, it creates a round cone shape. Other accessories that you can attach to the spray wand are your wash brush that's got a 1/4 inch connection, as well as your foam cannon and your surface cleaner. So this is your wash brush. I've attached it to the spray wand. The surface cleaner has got a 1/4 inch connection that you can also connect or attach to the spray wand. So I'll do that in a minute. So on the surface cleaner, we've got the casing. We've got the rotor arm, we've got the spray tip, we've got the 1/4 inch connection, the spray wand, the quick connect collar, the spray gun holder, the cleaning tool and the handle, okay? So if you decide to get an aftermarket connection, its 1/4 inch connection must match the Greenworks 1/4 inch connection, just as you have on the wash brush, the foam cannon and the spray wand. Previously, we connected the wash brush directly to the spray gun, but in this case, we can interchange the surface cleaner, the nozzles or the foam cannon when connecting to the spray wand. So in this case, the spray wand gets on the spray gun first before you connect either the nozzle, the foam cannon or the surface cleaner. And here you can see the spray gun connected to the spray wand and then connected to the surface cleaner. So prior to operation, make sure that all connections are tight and have no leakages before operation. Outdoor surfaces should be swept before the surface cleaner is used to avoid damaging the high pressure nozzles. The surface cleaner is not suited for scouring or scrubbing. If stripping or swirl marks occur, slow your pace. Do not run over freestanding corners. Do not lift or tilt the surface cleaner from a horizontal surface while connected to the spray gun during operation. If stripping or swirling continues, the surface cleaner nozzle may be clogged, so you'd need to follow the appropriate maintenance procedure. And say, for example, if we wanted to interchange the nozzle for the foam cannon, we take out the nozzle by pressing the spring lock. So first, put the detergent into the detergent tank using a funnel. Then push and hold the lock button on the spray wand and then install the detergent tank onto the spray wand. Do not use household detergents, acids, alkalines, bleaches, solvents, flammable material or industrial grade solutions which can do damage to the pump. The foam cannon orifice has got a piggy bank slot and a hole at the center of the piggy bank slot. The smaller the orifice hole size, the greater the pressure. The Greenworks foam cannon and the orifice does the job, it's pretty decent, but because I want increased pressure and increased capacity, I have purchased an aftermarket 2 daily foam cannon. It's got, a detergent tank capacity of about 900 ml as opposed to the Greenworks foam cannon that's got just about 400 ml. The orifice diameter in the 2 daily foam cannon is about 1.25 millimeter. So I have purchased an aftermarket orifice that's about 1.1 millimeters, so the diameter should be a lot smaller. Suffice to say, both orifices, that I've been installing in the Tool Daily foam cannon are a lot smaller than the Greenworks foam cannon orifice. But that doesn't mean in any shape or form that the Greenworks foam cannon is ineffective. If you're using a decent detergent like the Honey Foam, you should be able to get the job done with the Greenworks foam cannon. A 400 ml capacity should be more than enough to get your car washed. The orifice in the Greenworks foam cannon is slightly larger than the default orifice in the Tool Daily foam cannon, which is about 1.25 ml. And the trade-off or the pro for the Tool Daily is that it's got a variable nozzle as opposed to the Greenworks not having a variable nozzle. A variable nozzle enables a wider spray angle or reach. So I'm pretty much setting up the Tool Daily foam cannon, and as soon as I'm done, I'll be changing out the orifice. The 1.25 default orifice in the Tool Daily will be swapped with a 1.1 ml orifice that was purchased from the aftermarket. And so this is the 1.1 ml orifice that I'll be swapping into the Tool Daily foam cannon. The foam maker, I wouldn't be swapping that in the variable nozzle, but I'll just be changing the 1.1 ml orifice and then taking the 1.25 ml orifice out of the 1/4 inch quick connect. And so if you want to see how the Greenworks foam cannon performs, the Tool Daily foam cannon performs, the 1.1 orifice, and the other 5 pressure washer quick connect spray nozzle tips, which I've got in my hands here. If you want to see how they perform, click on the link in the description for the car pressure washer, and it should take you to the video. The red quick connect spray nozzle tip provides a maximum blast, but is rarely used because its spray covers so little area and the force is so high, making it unsafe to use on so many surfaces that it will take forever to clean anything. Do not use this nozzle on soft surfaces like wood, siding, cars. Homeowners should rarely ever use this pressure washer nozzle. There are cases where they prove very useful for removing very tough, caked on mud from construction equipment or rust, or holding at the right distance to remove top stains from high strength concrete. The 15 degrees nozzle is used to prepare surfaces for painting. When used at the right distance, it can be great at removing tough mud and dirt. Say for example from a 4-wheel drive. The green nozzle tip is probably the most common nozzle tip to use around the home. It's great for boat, for your car, for your patio furniture and driveways. It creates a nice white sheet of water. It cleans a great area faster as well. Whereas the white nozzle is low pressure and is great for fragile surfaces like windows and blinds. And lastly, the soaping tip of the black nozzle is special because it not only has the widest degree of 65 degrees but also a larger orifice. It needs a larger orifice to decrease velocity, thus increasing pressure in the hose. This increase in pressure pulls detergent into the line so you can apply soap to the surface for an easier clean. So I've pretty much disconnected the Greenworks foam cannon from the spray wand by undoing the spring lock. And if I make a comparison with the Tool Daily foam cannon and the Greenworks foam cannon, if you look at the 1/4 inch quick connect, you can see that although they're somewhat similar, they're not exactly the same length, and there is no way that the Tool Daily's foam cannon 1/4 inch quick connect can fit into the spray wand. It's not the same length, so it's pointless using the spring lock to lock it into position. What we're going to do is to take off the spray wand from the gun and use an adapter, whereby we can get the 1/4 inch quick connect from the Tool Daily foam cannon to fit into the gun directly. Okay, so the 1/4 inch quick connect would have to fit into a quarter inch connector adapter. The orifice size of the nozzle in the Tool Daily foam cannon determines the operating pressure of the machine. As a rule of thumb, the smaller the orifice, the greater the restriction of water flowing through the machine. This causes the pressure to increase. So, choosing a nozzle with too large of an orifice will reduce the operating pressure, and that's why we're substituting the Greenworks for the Tool Daily foam cannon. And to take out the 1/4 inch quick connect, we will be using the size 17 spanner and using the open-ended spanner to undo the quick connect, so I can have access to the orifice that's on the inside of the 1/4 inch quick connect. The quick connector's got a 1/4 inch that should subsequently fit into an adapter later on. So I'd make a comparison between this quick connect and the quick connect spray nozzle tips, just one of them, and see if it's about the same size before I purchase my adapter. And you see they're about the same size. They would fit into the 1/4 inch adapter. So in order to change the orifice from the Tool Daily foam cannon, we're going to use a Phillips screwdriver, slot that in, undo the orifice anti-clockwise, and swap it with the 1.1 millimeter orifice. And when we get it out, we make a comparison between the 1.1 and the 1.25 millimeter orifices, and we can see that the default orifice that came with the Tool Daily foam cannon is the diameter is slightly larger than the aftermarket 1.1 millimeter orifice. And so when you compare the piggy bank slots and the diameter, you can see clearly on visual inspection that the 1.25 mil orifice is slightly larger than the 1.1 millimeter. If you are quite curious, you can see that the design on the aftermarket 1.1 mil orifice and the 1.25 is very similar to the Greenworks orifice. All you need is a piggy bank slot and the hole diameter on the other side. Okay, so they pretty much replicated the mechanism from the Greenworks foam cannon. And if you flip the 1/4 inch quick connect on the quick connect spray nozzle tips, you can see that they're very similar to the orifices that we took out from the Tool Daily foam orifice, as well as the purchased aftermarket 1.1 mil orifice, which I've got here. And so what I can deduce from the mechanism of the way these tips have been constructed is that practically doing the same thing, but I've got different spray areas they can cover, and different capacities. That's about it really. And when we talk about capacity, we can take reference from the Tool Daily foam cannon that's come with an adjustable nozzle. All we need to do is to undo the knob at the top, and this nozzle here opens up or closes up, and that spreads the foam or detergent in various angles. So water basically comes from the pressure washer hose through that orifice, and it pops out through this variable nozzle from the detergent tank, as opposed to the Greenworks foam cannon, which doesn't have an adjustable nozzle for its detergent tank. Now that we're pretty much done with the comparisons, we're going to install the 1.1 millimeter orifice into the Tool Daily foam cannon, to provide more power, and then subsequently install the 1/4 inch quick connect, also ensuring that the orifice is tight by using a Phillips head screwdriver, and that the 1/4 inch quick connect is tight enough using the open-ended spanner. Choosing an adapter for the spray gun of your pressure washer requires visual inspection and due diligence. In order to save yourself time, quality, and cost, so I've disconnected the spray one from the Greenworks spray gun in this instance, and you see the 1/4 connect from the spray one, that's where it goes into. So in place of the spray wand, would be replacing that with an adapter. Now the 1/4 inch foam connector adapter, it's quite similar to the 1/4 inch spray wand. See, they're quite similar, and they go in the same place, but they are not exactly the same. So this is where due diligence is required. And when we measure from the tip, we've got the Bosch adapter. From the tip, it's about 1 centimeter. And when we measure, the 1/4 inch tip for the spray one is about 1.8 centimeter. And when you measure from the locked keys, the Bosch is about 2.1 centimeter. whereas the spray ones, the 1/4" lock slot key is about roughly 2.6 centimeters. So that tells me straight off that, the Bosch would have difficulties in, keying into the spray gun of the Greenworks. So this Bosch 1/4" Connect may be compatible with maybe Ratchet, Husky, Bosch, Ryobi, Homelight, Power Clean, Plusar, and Power Washer, but it definitely isn't compatible with Greenworks. The spray one and the Bosch may have the same diameter. Here they may have the same diameter, but the key slots are not the same in the varying length. So you need to be careful, and I'll show you what adapter to get for the Greenworks. So they have both got an outside diameter of 1.1 centimeters, so that's fine. But they vary in the key slots, okay? So the Bosch adapter should key in and fit into the slot, easily, okay? By sticking it in and rotating it, clockwise. So now we will take the spray wand out and try to fit in the Bosch, and you'd see what I mean. So I'm expecting water to gush out from the spray gun, into the Bosch adapter and into the detergent tank. So I'll fit in the Bosch now, and you should see it slots in, but it doesn't key in, because it's not lengthy enough, it's not long enough to push the spring down. That's on the inside of the spray gun nozzle. See, there's a spring on the inside of the spray gun, and the 1/4" tip is not long enough to push the spring down. So we need a different type of adapter. Exactly, it should be similar, but the 1/4" tip should be longer. This would have been the perfect adapter, because the 1/4" quick connect, from the foam cannon goes onto the other side. But the only issue I have with the Bosch adapter is that the 1/4" tip is not long enough. And so if you want to slide the 1/4" tip, you need to push down this lever, okay, before you slide in the 1/4" quick connect, and it should get in relatively easily, okay? And that's how to connect it, as opposed to forcing it through. So despite the fact that it fits to the foam cannon, it doesn't fit into the spray gun, and that's where we have our issue, and that's why we need a different adapter. And that's why it's important to measure. The Bosch adapter is not suited for the Greenworks. So the Neil Fisk Jenny Series Electric Pressure Washer Adapter, the 1/4", is more suited, for the Greenworks. The Neil Fisk, which is what I've got here. So you can see I've slotted that in, and it should sit into the spray gun for the Greenworks, And also the other side, if I pull down the blue knob, it should fit to the 1/4" quick connect of the Tool Daily foam cannon. So we've just about customized the foam cannon. This isn't the Greenworks foam cannon, this is the Tool Daily foam cannon. And now that we've got the aftermarket Tool Daily foam cannon connected to the Greenworks spray gun, we'd want to make sure that we also connect the hose, to the water inlet. Again, take your measurements and due diligence. Visually inspect the threading. The threading here is quite large, with a depth of about 0.6 cm and about 0.1 centimeter spacing per thread. So this solid brass have quick connect male to 3/4 BSP British standard pipe. This wouldn't fit into the kitchen tap, because we need an adapter with a thinner thread, like what we've got here, and this fits perfectly into the water filter faucet adapter that we've got underneath, the tap. I've unscrewed that out. It's black. It's a black plastic. I've taken that out, and I'll be substituting it with the 1/4" universal gold kitchen tap connector adapter, thread mixer, garden hose. And if you visually inspect the water filter adapter faucet aerator purifier, you see that the threading on the black plastic is very similar to the gold adapter. So I'll pretty much screw this in to the kitchen tap. Make sure that the black washer on the inside of the gold adapter is installed. Make sure it's pretty tight and secure, and you can see water is oozing out from the adapter, so it fits perfectly. And if you want to see the way I took out the water filter adapter or the faucet aerator purifier, click on one of the links in the description. It will take you to a video where I showed different types of adapters that could be fitted to your kitchen tap and garden hose. The next step would be to infuse the honeydew snow foam auto wash detergent into the cans. So one for the Greenworks and the other one for the Total Daily Cannon foam or foam cannon. And if you want to see where I tested the Greenworks foam cannon and the Total Daily foam cannon with the respective orifices, you can click on one of the links in the videos. It will take you to the car wash videos. So from here onwards, we're going to connect the hose to the 1/4 inch universal gold adapter. Do not use hot water, so we turn on the cold water, and that provides water to the to the hose, and we connect this other end to the water inlet of the pressure washer, and then we connect the other end to the pressure washer. And that's about it really. Don't forget to subscribe, share, helps the channel grow, and hopefully catch up with you later. Bye.